Yes, sir. The Chicago White Sox finally pick up a W versus the Miami Marlins. We are in the win column. We're going to talk about that. Plus, we'll discuss the good guys, the bad guys, and the ugly guys. And we're going to talk about the Charlotte Knights 3-0 start. And finally, we'll preview game 2 of the Miami Marlins and the Chicago White Sox later on tonight. It's your boy, Big Kev. We're going to get into it right after the intro.
Welcome to Chicago White Sox Central, your number one place for all Sox news and content.
Good morning, Chicago White Sox fans. Welcome to another episode of Chicago White Sox Central, your number one spot for all things Chicago White Sox related, baby. We appreciate the love and support we've been getting thus far on this iteration of the channel. We're not going to get into all of that, but hey, y'all know what to do. Hit me up at Big Kev from the Shy, Big Kev from DACHI, Sox Central Pod, Shy White Sox Central at gmail.com. And of course, comment, share, follow, hit that notification bell. It's your boy Big Kev holding it down for the South Side. And we're going to get right into today's content. Yesterday, the Chicago White Sox picked up their first win on the season, and it was a resounding one. They jumped out to yet another early lead, only this time they did not relinquish the lead, man. And it was kind of, shaky a little bit in that eighth inning. Looked like they were going to let Miami try to come in and take care of business and get back into the game. But surprisingly, Jordan Hicks came into a bases loaded jam and got out of it. We'll just do a recap, and then we'll get into the good guys, the bad guys, and the ugly guys. Discuss a little bit about the Charlotte Knights, and then talk about the game that's coming up later tonight. So, of course, in the third inning, that was the big inning for the Chicago. The fourth inning was the big inning, but the third inning was big as well because Miguel Vargas got the scoring started by hitting a single to left, and Everson Pereira, who's surprising me, the first two games he didn't look too good, but the last two he's been pretty good. I'm not gonna hate on my man's. He scored. That made it 1-0, and then Austin Hayes hit a 3-run shot after Murakami got on base. Vargas was still on base. He hit a 3-run shot to make it 4-0. And in the very next inning, Miguel Vargas hit a grand slam in front of family and friends, because I believe he's from the Miami area. 402-foot shot to make it 8-0. Then, of course, Miami put up a couple of runs. They scored 2 in the fourth. They scored 1 in the fifth. Vargas hit another sac fly. And this one was actually pretty cool because we'll talk about Luis Angel Acuna and how he put himself in scoring position to score this run on the sacrifice fly. And the sixth kind of stopped Miami's momentum in that situation because Miami was just, chipping away 2 runs, 3 runs. But then the Chicago White Sox went up 9-3 to kind of put a stop to that momentum in the sixth. And then in the eighth, Miami got one more run, but White Sox were able to get out of that the bases loaded jam. And once again, looks like, our head coach, our manager, I watch a lot of basketball, football, but our manager, his little tinkering with the lineup, we didn't get any my draft yesterday because he was hurt. He got hit with not a pitch, but they were trying to throw him out at first base. Got hit in the elbow, so he's not really hurt, but they gave him the day off yesterday to kind of heal up. And Will Venable putting Miguel Vargas as the leadoff hitter, it paid dividends again. Like, he got the grand slam, he hit a home run, he had 6 RBIs. That's a career high for him. Leaving Munitaka Murakami at second, batting second, paid well because he scored a run. He didn't hit a home run, so let's get that out the way. This is the first game that he played with the White Sox that he didn't hit a home run, but he does have a 4-game hitting streak to start his MLB career, so that's cool. Putting Austin Hayes at batting third, that paid dividends because he hit a 3-run shot. Having Colson Montgomery hit cleanup. He didn't hit any home runs or score any runs, but he did get another hit after going hitless his first 2 games. And then, Peters, having him bat a little bit higher in the order. He went 2 for 3. Everson Pereira's kind of turning the corner. He went 2 for 4. And then having Acuna bat last is okay because I look at the ninth hitter as like kind of another leadoff hitter. If you know, because if he gets on, typically they're batting, first or second. Now, if they're batting third, it doesn't really happen too often. But typically they're batting first or second in their inning. And Acuna, he got on and scored. So shout out to Will Venable and his lineup tinkering pretty much all season so far to kind of get a straight up a nice batting order. But Davis Martin, second night in a row that we had a Chicago White Sox starter look like a starter. He gave us 5 innings, 5 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts, 92 pitches. Not bad. Sean Newcomb came in and looked the part. A lot of people expected him to be a starter this season, including Newcomb, but like halfway through spring training, the Chicago White Sox put him to the side, let him know, hey, we're going to bring you out the bullpen to kind of be a long reliever, right? And they did give him an opportunity to go 3. He was only able to make it to 2 2/3, lost a little bit of that command in the 8th inning and got the bases loaded. But hey, he gave up 3 hits in 2 2/3, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, 51 pitches. That's not bad considering the Chicago White Sox have been using 4 or 5 pitches, 4 or 5 pitchers so far to start the season. We only had to use 3. Jordan Hicks came in and showed a little bit, way more control and command than he's shown in the first 3 games. 1 inning in the third, got out of that 8th inning, bases loaded jam, came in and shut down the ninth, walked 1 batter, struck out 1, 13 pitches, got the outs that we needed. The Chicago White Sox come away with the 9-4 win. So let us know what you think in the comments about the first win of the season. Should be the second win, but hey, you're going to lose some games that you're supposed to win. You're going to win some games you're supposed to lose. How baseball goes. It's 162 games in the season. That's just what it is. But listen, the good guys, the bad guys, and the ugly guys. Obviously, the first good guy is Miguel Vargas. Um, the Grand Slam, back-to-back days with Grand Slams for the Chicago White Sox. It's just an incredible feeling to see this offense get off its snide, right? Like they started off the season, I think they scored 2 runs in the first game versus Milwaukee, 1 run in the second game versus Milwaukee. And then they put up 7 runs in game 3 and 9 runs in the fourth game of the season versus the Miami Marlins. Miguel Vargas played a major role in that and blowing the game open with his Grand Slam. The other good guy is obviously Austin Hayes with his 3 run shot, his first home run of the season. Shout out to him. I'm going to show some love to Tristan Peters and Everson Pereira. Both of them got on base. Both of them scored. But my other good guy, I'm going with, and then I'm gonna show some love to Murakami as well because my man has a 4-game hitting streak, but he only went 1 for 5 yesterday. But I'm going with Luis Angel Acuna. Now I know if you look at the box score, you see he went 0 for 2. Well, he has a 1.11 or .111 ERA. 1.11 would be crazy. 0.111 average. So it doesn't look good in the box score, right? But when he got on base, he scored 2 runs yesterday. So he didn't get any hits, but he scored 2 runs. That goes to show you that he has the bat discipline, the plate discipline to not swing at bad pitches. He got on base twice, scored both times, right? But he walked in that what was that, the 6th inning that they got that score? He walked. Let me make sure. Yeah, that was the 6th inning. He walked, stole second base, stole third base, and then scored on a shallow right field sacrifice fly. Like, and then the way he slid around the catcher to make sure that he was able to score, because he could have easily been out at home base. And I was ready to be upset about him running on such a shallow fly ball. But this kid is super fast. Mark my words, Luis Angel Acuna, if he's able to get 150 games, let's say 130, because they're gonna put Brooks Baldwin out there. They don't even know if they want Luis Angel Acuna to be shortstop or center fielder. But if he gets 130 to 140 games, he's going to steal 30 bases this season. He's going to, because he's gonna get on base, and once he gets on base, all he's thinking about is stealing bases. I can't wait to see it, man. We haven't really seen a player this aggressive on the base pads for the Chicago White Sox in a very long time. So Miguel Vargas, Austin Hayes, Luis Angel, Acuna, those are my good guys for the day, but it was hard to choose because there was so many players that played so well yesterday offensively. And of course, you got to show some love to just the entire pitching staff. Davis Martin, Sean Newcomb, and Jordan Hicks, they came in and did their thing. They made sure that they held. We got our first win of the season. Now, the bad, I don't really have much for the bad. Just to be honest, like nothing really bad happened yesterday, with the exception of maybe Sean Newcomb being stretched a little bit too much. Maybe he's a 2 inning pitcher instead of a 3rd inning, 3 inning pitcher, but not too much bad. But the ugly, unfortunately, the ugly belongs to one of my favorite players on the team is Edgar Quero, and then of course, who was the other ugly? Lenyn Sosa. Lenyn Sosa has yet to register a hit on the season, and neither has Edgar Quero. They're both donuts across the board. Donut, 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 donut. Now, Edgar Quero did do some things properly, like he laid down a bunt to put runners in scoring position. He moved batters across the pace pad. So, like, I'm not mad at him, but he got to get his first hit of the season. That's pretty ugly so far. And I do love the way he threw a runner out that was trying to steal. And he does have a nice challenge situation, but it's ugly that he doesn't have any hits. And Lenyn Sosa coming into the season, considering last season that he led the Chicago White Sox in home runs, it was kind of up in the air about how he would follow that season up. And so far, hasn't looked good. I know it's super early, but he's gonna have to get off the snide and start participating in the hit parade that has been in the last 2 games. And we'll see how he does today if he's in the lineup. Y'all know I do this early before I go to work, so I don't know what the lineup is. But I will post it once they post it. Once the White Sox release it, I'll post it on YouTube and Twitter. But yeah, so that's the good, the bad, and the ugly. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Who you think the good guys were, the bad guys were, and the ugly guys. But so far, Edgar Quero and Lenyn Sosa, y'all ugly, bro. Y'all got to get it together, my friend. Don't even look in the mirror right now because y'all extra ugly. All right, moving right along. Man, the Charlotte Knights have started off on a tear. And honestly, why would you think anything different would happen? The Chicago White Sox farm system is just loaded. It's loaded. Like, they're doing all this without Braden Montgomery. It is crazy. They took care of business in their first game. They won 19-2. 19-2 is crazy. Hagen Smith and Noah Schultz, they just dominated between the two of them. Hagen Smith went 3 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts, gave up a home run. Noah Schultz went 4 innings pitched, no hits, no runs, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts in 4 innings for him. And then you had Isert and Winkelman Gonzalez close things out. Strong pitching. Sam Antonacci is just obviously lighting it up. He's carrying over from the World Baseball Classic. If you missed what he was doing for Team Italy, you missed some great baseball from our young player Sam Antonacci. He's going to be on the roster before the season's over, guaranteed. He had 2 runs scored, 2 hits, 3 RBIs, and a walk. Bergolia had 3 runs scored, 4 hits, 2 RBIs. And then Murphy had 4 hits, 5 RBIs. The list goes on. They dominated them in game one. Now, games 2 and 3 were a little bit more down to earth, but Antonacci still had him a solid game. He did have another hit, another RBI, another walk. He did strike out, though. Bergolia's, I don't even know who this kid is. I got to do some research on him because he had another 3 hits in that game. And at that point, he was hitting 778 on the season. Crazy work. Chicago White Sox won that game 2-1 behind more masterful pitching. I love Tanner McDougal, and he had a great game. I expect him to be on this roster before the season's over. He gave up 2 hits, 1 run, 4 walks, and 8 strikeouts in 4 innings pitched. And then you had Plemmel, Schweitzer, Franklin, and Sims come in and do their thing. They didn't give up any runs. So the Chicago White Sox, the Charlotte Knights won that game 2-1. And then finally, They had another one last game against the Detroit Bulls. I guess that's who they are. Antonacci again with another hit and 2 walks. Bergolia again with another hit and an RBI and 2 walks. He's batting 667 on the season. Crazy work. Murphy didn't do much. He did strike out twice. But then pitching again in this 4-3 win was solid. Davids came in and gave you 4 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts. But then Peoples came in and didn't give up anything. Miller gave up 2 hits and a run. Then Coffee and Winkelman Gonzalez shut things down for a 4-3 victory. So they were off yesterday. They'll be back at it later today. We'll be keeping an eye on these guys. I'm expecting to see Noah Schultz, Tanner McDougal, Hagen Smith called up, Sam Antonacci, Winkelman Gonzalez might even hear his name called, depending on how things go with the bullpen. Listen, we have a lot of young talent waiting in the wings for the Chicago White Sox. So keep your eyes and ears open for that. And real quick, before we get up out of here for the day, you got Eric Fetty on the mound today versus the Miami Marlins. Fetty, we know a couple of seasons ago, he came over from Japan after he went over there and reinvented himself, came to the White Sox, played well enough to get traded in the summer, and then he didn't really do well after he left the White Sox. He was 4-13 last season with a 5.49 ERA, only 83 strikeouts with a 1.52 whip. So he's going to have to show that he's, still has a little bit left in the tank. The 6'4", 205 righty is going up against Jansen Junk. Now, I know that name sounds like he should be participating in a different industry if you catch my drift, but he's solid. He went 6-4 last season with a 4.17 ERA, 77 strikeouts. And y'all know what I like to say when I see ERAs in the fours. He's definitely get-toable. Chicago White Sox can get to him, and if their offense has really hit its stride, they're going to score 5 or more runs again today. So Eric Fetty is going to have to hold down the fort and give us at least 5 innings of work so that we can not overwork our bullpen and the offense should show up. Maybe Mooney Taka Murakami is going to hit another home run today. We're going to be on home run watch. So hopefully he can extend his hitting streak to start the season. And there you guys have it, man. We appreciate you guys over here on Chicago White Sox Central. Y'all know what to do. Hit me up at Big Kev, Big Kev from the Shy, from DACHI, or Sox Central Pod over on Twitter, Shy White Sox Central at gmail.com. Can't wait to do some mailbag episodes with you guys. Like, comment, share, follow, hit that notification bell. Don't forget to follow the rest of the Chi-Town Sports Central family. Just type in your favorite Chicago sports team, put the word Central behind it. You will find one of us, and as well as NBA Central, NFL Central, and the Shy Bulls podcast with the Cognac Boys, C-Dub and Bobby. Thank God the Chicago Bulls season is almost over, but we got Chicago Sky waiting in the wings. They have the WNBA draft and preseason WNBA basketball coming up real soon. It's your boy, Big Kev, holding it down for the South Side. And we're going to holler at you guys next time. Peace.
This has been